haven't entered television. I did one telefilm with Anurag Basu, and I'm very proud.
I have a few questions for you before we proceed. So, what inspired you for this film, and is there a true story somewhere that's inspired you?
Well, the reason I come from, which is western part of Odisha, it's a largely a tribal population area. It's basically we have seen almost 3 decades of man-made drought, which was basically people were not saving water. Because of that, there was water scarcity, there was drought. So we have literally seen the value of water. When there is no water, what happens with that? How water becomes currency, So that has inspired me to create this story. And then rather than making a dark sort of art house cinema, I thought I'll make something, enjoyable, entertaining, yet create a message out of it so that rest of the world can get inspired from that story, which is what the whole idea of creating this film.
Just a few questions.
Sure.
Could you please tell us something about the role in your movie, and also how was your experience shooting in Odisha?
Well, firstly, I think this is, like they all said, is a very interesting film, because I think it's very rarely that you come across a film that has something important to say, but is not being preachy, and is saying that in a way that is entertaining, in a way that is, that has a love story, that has drama, that has all the trappings of a commercial film, but at the same time has something important to say, and hopefully you will take that with you when you leave the film. And the second thing that I felt was really interesting about the script was that it came from a place which was very close to his heart. He had lived in that world, he had experienced that. I mean, there's scenes in the film where water is actually a currency. So, people buy sarees by giving packets of water. A man goes to a prostitute and he gives packets of water. So water is really a currency, and that is something that is experienced firsthand, which is why, I think when you say something that's close to your heart, you bring perspectives to it that nobody's seen before.
Thank you. Now I'd like to call on the very gorgeous and uber talented, our very own Rangvati girl, none other than Radhika Apte. Please welcome her with a round of applause.
Thank you. Thanks for coming yet again. Everyone said thanks, so I won't repeat it too much. Thanks.
A very good afternoon. You've been doing quite a lot of different kind of roles. We've been seeing you doing that. So how different is your role in this movie? And you also dance in the movie. So could you please tell us something about that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually completely different. It comes from a very different region, and as Madhab mentioned earlier, that there hasn't been a film from that region at all. So yes, it was different. It was a different experience altogether to go there and see the place and work there. So yeah, my part, I am actually his daughter, and we are actually the people with the similar amount of resources, but we have the awareness and intelligence to use them properly and conserve them. And my character, she's a girl from the rural part, and she goes to the city to study agriculture and comes back to the village to help the fellow people or whatever to conserve water. Because in the trend is that you go to the city, you get your education and you stay there and you make money, whereas she decides to come back. So in a nutshell, that's the character. And yeah, dancing. That was a tough one because we shot in the nights, and it was Sambalpuri, and I had never seen it or done it, and there was no time for rehearsal. So mother was like, "Ha, kar le yaar." And then I remember, do you remember he used to dance? Yeah. He used to dance. You should see him dance. Yeah, and he used to show something and say, "Ha, aisa kuch to kar lo." And we used to be like, "We can't do that. We need time to rehearse." But it was wonderful because all the dancers there. So the choreographer was from Bombay. We were from Mumbai, and the dancers were Sambalpuri. So they really helped us to get into get the moves rather, and we were dressed in the authentic costumes, Sambalpuri costumes. It was really beautiful. I hope you enjoy it.
And you recently entered into television as well. So how was that experience?
I haven't entered television. I did one telefilm with Anurag Basu, and I'm very proud of that. And that's it for now.
But for the fact that your films, if you see the past two films, Badlapur and Hanga, they've been critically acclaimed and commercially successful. So you seem to have got that Midas touch now, and things are working.
Don't jinx it.
No, we want it for this film. We want it for sure. No, thank you, brother. We want it. Radhika is our lucky charm. And also, I'll tell you one thing. This trailer does not do justification to the kind of role and performance that Radhika has in the film. She is, brilliant in the film, and she has, in fact, the longest and the most strong role in some of her recent films that you've seen. Then, in comparison to those films, this film has tremendous performance from her and a role that has, although she's educated in the city, but her roots are there. And on top of it, we are the supposed to be वो गरीब लोग जिनको क्या कहते हैं जिन्होंने तकलीफों में चीज़ों को सीख कर आगे बढ़े हैं. Am I right?
Yeah, he's very kind always. But no, I think it's been a good coincidence that the films have released in the same year, and good for me that they've worked. So.
Sir, water is a.
I don't know about that, but.
But
yeah.
Gulshan.